Good afternoon, all. I'm sorry if you're looking at my knees right now, but I'm just now getting it together, pulling it together for today's episode. Felt that it was imperative that I come on today and speak about the topic, so I'm here. Come on in. Let me fix this camera, y'all, so I can see myself. I was trying to give y'all time to get in. I don't know how many people are here, but I'm glad that you all, whoever came in to check in, appreciate you. We're gonna make this a common thing. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep sharing this information and trying to get better with each other. So without no further ado, I bring to you BOWGOTTI NYC. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. What's good, everybody? I hope y'all having a happy, healthy, prosperous day. I hope y'all staying safe, paying attention to your health, drinking your water. This is the results of the scars from the motorcycle drop the other day. Looks pretty bad, but I've been putting shea butter on it as well as Neosporin, so that's getting better. That one there is healing up too. No, that's not what you guys are here for, but there's certain people that have been asking me that have been concerned with the bike falling the other day, as well as myself. What happened was I was driving, car swerved a big rock. I didn't see it, I hit it. Bike fell to the side, I slid on this arm, and I don't know how this one got skint up. The bike is skint on one side, one of the sliders broke. I got to get a new GSRX logo, and I have other parts and spares in the room over there, so I could just switch anything out. It's just the fact that the bee fell, and that's my baby, and I don't want my baby to be on the ground like that. So it was pretty bad for me. I picked him up right after that. No problems. You know, I got him riding. He picked up. We just kept on moving. I got him back to the shop, assessed the damage. The damage is not that bad, but like I said, I love my bike and it was flawless, so I'm getting it right back to where it was. So if that means I have to order 4 new sliders, that's what I got to do, and that's what I'm going to do. I just noticed that the volume was down on there. I wish somebody would have told me, but I appreciate it that you guys stuck around if you still here. The reason I'm coming on today is because I feel this information is pertinent and it's very important. Why? Because I have extensive knowledge on New York City, on the crime, on various things that happen in the city, how it goes down, and kind of a street level understanding of what's going on. As well as being enlightened and educated and smart, I can assess and see what's happening, and from not just predictions, but from stats, what's coming, what's really coming. This is a very, very important message that I feel that I have to put out. I also feel that not only you guys, but myself is in danger and living in the city. There's no way in the world that I'm soft, P-U-S-S-Y, a bird, a snitch, or whatever like that that people might want to say. But what I am is a knowledgeable individual. And I can see from what's being put out there and what is actually being done. We have reports now of, it's officially summer now. 2022. The summer is here. No matter how many storms there are, no matter how much rain, no matter when it gets cold or whatever, the summer is here. And that means that crime is here. That means that crime is up so high in the city that it's almost uncontrollable. Many feel that the blame should fall on the police and the court systems. The police have seemingly given up on arresting criminals, and when they do get arrested and charged, they go to court and get released right back into the streets. These tactics have been premier and the sole reason of how criminals are allowed to overrun the city and take advantage. The current status of the NYPD truly stands in a terrible state. We literally have no patrol on the streets. And I am a G that's saying that. Why am I saying that? Because older, elderly, children, the vulnerable, the weak, the ones that cannot protect themselves are now becoming victims to different types of crimes, whether it's robbery, whether it's murder, whether it's rape, whether it's assault. We're seeing it everywhere now. There's no neighborhood that is off limits in the city, in the states of New York. So the question is, do the police even care anymore? And is that the reason why they're not patrolling the streets? We have reports that there's no squad cars in certain neighborhoods, with the police driving around and securing the streets and the neighborhoods. There's been reports of the citizens saying that they've not seen a squad car in their neighborhoods all day. Some in Queens area say that they had not even seen a squad car in their neighborhood in a week or so. What's greatly depressing is that the police don't seem to have a clue on how to properly protect the citizens of New York City. They set up squad car cameras and video boxes on the wrong streets. They've been seen driving through traffic, just beeping their squad car so they can get through to get to the next car. Next to wherever they're going to. They even got pictures of them dancing, smoking hookahs, weed. So as far as who's protecting us, it's really bad out here. So you better be ready to protect yourself. You better be ready to protect yourself. Dead serious. And I'm not no snitch. I'm not no itch. I'm not no whatever. But I'm tired of seeing people die. I'm tired of seeing, women getting somebody knocking on a woman's door. She opened her door and they shoot her and kill her. So I'm soft because I feel some kind of way like that. I'm not a G or of the streets because I don't think that that's right. A 51-year-old lady getting shot in her doorway. What if a police car happened to be patrolling at that time? Would they have possibly said, you know what, let me chill, let me not do this? We're seeing so much stuff going on with people that's overdoing the crimes that they was doing because there's no presence out there. There ain't no presence out there. And I'm one that used to be out there in the 80s and the 90s. They used to mess with me for smoking a blunt. These dudes out here doing all types of crazy stuff. The other crimes that they getting away with is stuff that you guys would not even believe. The quality of life crimes at this point, you might as well forget about it. You can forget about it. They no longer patrol the streets. And also the New York PD, the NYPD, they ordered cops to do nothing as the dolphins shoot up in the park. They can just go shoot up in the park, whatever, right in front of you. They can drink, they can smoke, all that. That's why we wonder, and some citizens, not myself, anonymous person that sent me this in, they were asking me, do the police even care? Does the new commissioner know the city? The Nassau County Police Departments own Keyshawn Sewell. That's the new police commissioner. Excuse me, I got some nonsense going on with a fire truck. Ain't trying to go nowhere. He ain't. He just doing that to get through traffic. See that? Just to get through traffic. And this is what I'm saying, the quality of life in New York is gone. As far as some neighborhoods being a little quiet and then you got, oh my bad, let's go back to the police commissioner, Keyshawn Sewell. Many feel that the current rise in crime is due to the mayor's Adams' choice in commissioners. The New Yorkers feel that Adams has elected a commissioner who is incapable of commanding the city. Citizens feel that the position should have been filled from within and with the more New York and inner city workings individual, someone more knowledgeable of the city. Although the commissioner has been proven by rank and earned high regards in many years of service in Nassau County, New York is much more of a slice larger of the Big Apple to command. Now, trespassing. Check this out. Let's say somebody trespass on your property. Do you know that the police have to come and ask the person to leave? And if the person says they're not going to leave, then they can arrest them. But if they just say, hey, get out of here, then they leave, they can come right back after the police come and you have to keep on calling them. So quality of life crimes like trespassing, they don't even matter anymore. So if you're in a neighborhood where you got drug dealers hanging out and you're trying to call to get them out of there, whatever like that, that does not work because that is no longer a crime. Noise complaints. Noise complaint. It's a good one. Somebody making noise right in front of your crib, blasting music, whatever, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom, bada, shaking your whole house. You cannot call the police for that. You got to call 311. And when you call 311, you have to make a report. Not only do you have to make a report, you got to describe the car, where it's at, the make and model. They even ask you for the license plate. Like you're gonna walk over there while the car is blasting music and get the license plate so that they can know you're doing something to beat you up. The stuff that they ask the citizens to do is crazy. How about patrol the streets? Then when you see that car blasting music like that, go over there and say, hey, look, heard you blasting that music. Next time I come through here, you're getting a ticket. That's it. Do your job. Don't make us have to go down there and get complaints and all of this stuff when you know there's areas that's doing that. And then on top of that, not sending cars to patrol them so that people that got to go to work the next day or that's trying to help their kids do their homework or maybe have an elderly person that needs to get rest or maybe have a baby or maybe just don't want to hear blasting music so loud that they live on a top floor and it sounds as if the music is coming from their own apartment, and if they turn their own TV up to blasting, that's the only way that they can get some sort of solid or be able to hear their own things that's going on in their own apartment. Sometimes the noise goes on for hours and you report it. Guess what happened? 311 takes your information, they take your email address, if they take your phone number, if they take your phone number, they send you a ping that say, oh, we came out and checked, but there was nothing that happened. You could be sitting at your window for like the whole time. And another thing, they give them 8 hours to come check the noise complaint. 8 hours. So who gonna stay out there for 8 hours blasting music? Although they do it in my neighborhood. They do that in my neighborhood. And that's why it's a perfect example for me and why I got a little passionate about it, because it's an actual true occurrence that goes on right outside my window. So you got 8 hours for them to come do something. 9 times out of 10, they won't come. So then we got Ms. Holcomb, the governor. As of today, you know, people are saying little to nothing has been done in changing as far as like crimes and situations, as far as bail, anything to do with like making sure to try to ensure that it's a little more safer to keep criminals inside of jails and not after they shoot somebody, maybe a couple of days later they come right out in the street and be doing the same thing again. Again, I know y'all know me as Bugatti NYC. I know y'all know me as a hardcore rapper and all that stuff. But I want people to live, and I just think that this information is very important. And in my city of New York, it's summertime now, officially, and it's about to go down. It's about to go down. I'm telling y'all right now, it's going to get bad. I hope that I could even make it. And I'm being 1,000% honest with you. I'm not just giving you this message for you. This message is for me as well, because I live here. I live in this city. So I know for a fact what I'm speaking is true and it's real. Just like the drag races, doing donuts in the street, making that noise, blasting the music, stupid, where you can't get no rest. But my thing is like, okay, if you're going to do your thing, do your thing. But when you do it with no regard as to your fellow man or your neighbor, that's when it's different. And that's when it gets out of hand. I wonder why the ignorant feel that it's okay to disrespect someone next to them or their neighbor, and it's just okay to do that. I've never been like that. And if you're a fan or a friend of mine and you think that I'm wrong about that, you can feel free to unfriend me and move on about your life, because I don't condone it. It's not my style, and I don't move like that. I respect people. That's why I've been able to last this long in life. All right, real quick, I'm going to go over this one. the one about the open hand sales in the streets, dry eraser board menus where dudes are selling drugs in the street. You walk by a block and there's a menu board up that has different kinds of weed or whatever like that they're selling. You know, that's how they're getting their money out there. But then that brings crowds, that brings drama, and then you have to deal with what comes off of crowds and drama. And anytime you got drugs and you got anything that deal with money, you're gonna get the other thing, which is crime, shooting, assault, murder, because money is involved with drugs. I know you guys probably getting angry with me for this that I'm getting out, that I'm putting out, but I'll be honest with you. If you are, you're not a fan of mine, and you probably shouldn't follow me anymore if you think that what I'm saying is wrong. Because if you don't feel like a mom getting shot as she's coming out the store after she came home from work in a manner that made no sense, or if a little kid get chased into a store and get stabbed by a mob of kids, or if somebody's sitting in front of a building and they get stabbed in their chest and get killed, that's okay. Or if you think that a mom walking with her kid in a stroller and waiting for her son to come out of school, she gets shot in the crossfire, if you think that's okay, I really don't think that you're a fan of mine anyway, to be honest with you. And if you're one of those people that's gonna wear a RIP t-shirt in memory of the person that did all this crime, you're definitely not a fan of mine. You're definitely not, and I'm telling you that. The train stations. Mayor Adams says that they're fighting crime in the train stations, that they're getting the homeless out of there and making sure that it's a much safer place. As of May the 9th, there's been little to no change in the train stations. There's more than ever, more homeless people sleeping on the trains. There's more mentally challenged people walking around. There's more blatant crimes happening, shootings. I've never heard of this amount of shootings on the train than I have in the past month in 2022. April and May, yeah, 2 shootings, 2 different boroughs. One was over 10 people shot in the train station in Brooklyn. So if you are looking at that as having more police patrol and more effectiveness happening, it's not a truth. You go into the train stations now, there's less police patrol since that incident. I found out and I heard that the only way that they have to patrol the train stations are when they're on patrol. And we already talked about the patrol. So if they're not patrolling up on top, they're not really patrolling the bottom. They're making exceptions to go to certain train stations with high amounts of traffic numbers, as far as Times Square, 34th Street, 14th Street, West 4th, 125th Street, and maybe a couple of others. Broadway Junction, Atlantic Avenue, now Jamaica Parsons. I don't know about so much as before, you know? So when you think about it, you know, Fordham Road maybe, I don't even see them up there, to be honest with you. Maybe 149th Street, you might see a couple of them, but you don't see them on a train like that, like they used to be. And that's why the crime is up. And even when you do see somebody laying on the seat, cop right there, won't say nothing to him. Tell him to get up, train pull off, boom, he laying right back down again. Or they're on their phone. But I'm wrong for saying it. Quality of life crimes are important because once a criminal can feel like they're getting away with small stuff, they're gonna try to do more. If they give them an inch, they're gonna take a yard. Never heard of that before? Not only that, but COVID is ramped up now. So having a lot of homeless people and different people just on the train for no reason, riding back and forth, that's something that shouldn't be a reality. We're at a time right now where cleanliness is very important, and you know, we had a real big situation going with COVID-19, and since we're dealing with that, there should be no exception of letting people sleep on the train. And that's what's happened ever since Mayor Adams came into office and basically before he even came in, our then mayor had allowed the homeless to not to be touched and told to leave the train stations. So all of the crime, it started from letting them be allowed to stay in the train stations. So I'm just want to just go into it and let you guys know that, again, although I do music, I am a rapper, Bugatti NYC, hardcore, dumb out, you know what I'm saying, real life music. I still am a New York citizen, and I'm a city individual, and I'm aware and I see what's going on out there. I've written books, Street Smarts, How to Survive in the Hood. I've lived off of the tactics that I exercised and I implemented in that book. And it makes me feel like now I gotta write a part 2. And I'm trying to give you guys information as to what to look out for so that you can live longer and be able to keep your family safe. So again, if you feel like any of this information is snitching or whatever like that, I'm not the person that you need to be following. I want people to live. I want to see people happy and have fun. I hate what I'm seeing and experiencing on these streets and what's going on out here. And I don't think it's necessary. And it shouldn't be tolerated at all. Because it could be your mom that's walking and something happens to her. You would look at it totally different. The other day, it was a couple, black male and a black female, teenagers, walking across the intersection. One of them took out a gun, shot up the block, shot another little kid in the chest, killed him. Asian man in Queens, 2 weeks ago, he's riding on his moped. He goes in, makes a delivery. As he's leaving the location, a man comes up on him and shoots him in the chest. They are now looking for a gentleman who's been harassing the store for the last 2 years. And you guys wouldn't believe what it's over. The man has been angry for 2 years because they didn't give him duck sauce. And when he tried to come in and return the food, they didn't allow him to because it was during COVID, and that was one of their stipulations on trying to return food. We're not going to take the food back because it's COVID. So ever since then, he's been vandalizing their cars and doing all types of crazy stuff. And up to the other day, he decided to roll up on somebody and shoot the delivery driver as he was delivering food. So the delivery driver's dead now. People are at an all-time high. Drama's going on everywhere. I heard just now one of the posts, one of our followers, that Chicago is the same way. I could even understand that because when I was in the shop, woo! I went to Chicago like in 2027, 2028. A friend of mine and I, James Thompson, were doing a promotional campaign for Academics Clothing Company. We had a small Chevy Blazer and we were staying in some downtown hotel, which was like an artsy sort of a hotel that had a lot of different theme stuff going on, pictures on the wall and all of this different types of stuff. Not too far from Michael Jordan's restaurant and the center where they play basketball at. Our job was to go down there, do some promotion. I think we were going to deal with a clothing store, and we were going to be down there for about a week or 2. Well, first thing you notice that when we get down there, you know, it's all city. It's really cold, colder than New York. Our clothes are good for there because it's the perfect type of climate that we left and went right back into, except for the wind, which was exceptional, ridiculous. We get down there, a couple of days into it, we're moving around, we go to certain parts of the city. One part we parked at, we got rolled up on by a group of guys. Group of guys saw that we were doing promotion for a t-shirt company, and make a long story short, they let us go. Had we been doing something else and being out there for something totally different, we probably wouldn't have made it. We gave them some promotional t-shirts and some posters, and they've been friends of the Academic Clothing Company and customers ever since. But that could have went a different way. And from what they told us, we're lucky that we are who we are because the neighborhood that we decided to park in was a gang neighborhood, and they were about to roll on somebody over there, and they thought that we was probably part of the people that they were looking for. So, as to say all of this, crime doesn't happen in one place. It's escalated in certain places. And when you don't have the proper enforcement and the proper security and policing going on in our neighborhoods, we are the only ones that fall victim to what happened. So, again, I implore you guys to be extremely, extremely cautious this summer. If you don't have to go, don't go. I'm not trying to tell you to become a hermit and conceal and convey yourself and stay in your home. But unnecessary venturing out and going to places is not always a smart thing to do. I myself don't move around too much unless it's something that's important that I need to be at. Not just going to be running around the city, because also gasoline is at an all-time premium, especially in the state of New York. So with that being said, you might want to really think about your movements and your tactics and how you go about your life, especially in these next 3 months. We got May, June, July. Hot, hotter, and hottest. September, the kids go back to school. You good around the 9th. So 3 months, 90 days, it's going to be a firecracker out here. And I just want you guys to all be safe. From Chicago to New York City to Dallas to Indianapolis to Cleveland to Tennessee, Los Angeles, Colorado, San Francisco, Canada, South Carolina, Atlanta, be safe. Boston, be safe. Baltimore, be safe. DC, be safe. Because it's going to be a whole lot of mimicking of the same goings on. Because policing was attacked for a while when they was trying to defund it. So they might be, trying to give us something that we was trying to take away, trying to pay us back for getting rid of it, or trying to get rid of it. And in some places, it was defunded and minimalized. A lot of people lost their jobs, even in New York City, from not getting the jizz ad. So again, like I always tell you guys, be safe out there. Extremely safe now because it's summertime and it's official. By the end of the week, we got 70 degrees. Those neighborhoods that were hot are even hotter now. Move how you need to, point A to point B. Going with somebody to somewhere, make sure you got the right type of people around you, not anybody that's already got problems that you might have to inherit or deal with. It's your boy, Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere, but the fact that you came here, I appreciate you. Until the next time, see you again. Get him, dumber!